The recent horrible video of two Manipur women being paraded naked on the street amidst so many male members surrounding them and groping them on their private parts is just unbearable. It's extremely excruciating to even watch. We cannot even imagine the pain, the suffering, and disgust that those women must have experienced while they were going through this horrific incident. And these incidents wherein women are molested, wherein they are insulted like any commodity, are not new. They have always been taking place just because of this notion that women are allegedly inferior to men. Where, on one hand, we talk about women empowerment, their upliftment, Nari Sashактikaran, and on the other hand, we have our film industry who is into the business of commodifying women as objects. We are creating item songs, we are portraying women as a mere object which anyone can come and exploit at any time and throw them away. Is this what we call modernization? Is this what we call moving ahead on the path of constitutional imperatives imbibed in our Indian constitution, which is the longest constitution in the world? Women are not objects. Human beings are not objects. And this is only one case. There must be hundreds of other cases which are still taking place in our modern society, and we are just too blind to recognize them. So, all these things combined with these incidents impact our collective mentality as a society, as a group. I personally didn't want to make a video on this topic, especially on that video. But the humiliation, the kind of pain women were inflicted during these times, I couldn't really hold myself back from sharing my views, from sharing the opinion of Shastras that how women were treated, what was the status of women in our Vedic era. And today, the so called modern society that we strive to have, are we really moving in the direction of this modernization? The right to live with dignity, which the Indian Constitution bestows upon each and every citizen as a fundamental right. Are women today able to live a dignified and safe life? Is the question that we all need to address. And this video is just a small attempt to try to answer all these questions. And what was the status of women in the Vedic era? Were women considered any less than a man or not? Were women commodified in the Vedic era or not? Hare Krishna, I am Kavya Budhiraja. Welcome back to Being Krishna Conscious, and let us begin with this video. The status of women in family life and in society has always been a matter of debate and subjectivity. Today, we'll try to see what our Vedas say on this topic. We all know that there are four types of Vedas. First is Atharva Ved, Yajur Ved, Rig Ved, and Sam Ved. Out of this, Rig Ved clearly mentions that Devatas reside at that place where women are worshipped. And we hail from a country where each and every young girl is treated as Kanjak. They are worshipped as a Devi. So, on that place where each and every woman is considered to be a goddess, a Devi, such horrific incidents such as assault and molestation against women, isn't there a direct contradiction? We all know about Manu Smriti, one of the highly debatable texts in India. Now, what does Manu Smriti say about it? It says that each and every woman must be protected, nurtured, and taken care of by her father, her husband, her son, and her brother in law. And by doing this, all of these men will attain prosperity and satisfaction. Now, let's have a glance upon what other characteristics of women our Vedas talk about. As per our Vedic literature, as a life partner, women are known as Ardhangini. Ardh means half, Adha, and Angini means Ang or the part, which makes a woman an equal half of a husband, which in today's modern world we called the better half. So women are known as Ardhangini. Apart from this, they are also known as Sahadharmini, the perfect associate in dharmic or religious activities. She is also known as Sahakarmini, not only about the Vedic activities, but also as far as other household secular activities are concerned, a perfect associate for her husband is the wife. And lastly, a woman is also known as Sahayogini, a perfect person who cooperates with her husband in each and every venture of his. So these fourfold characteristics of women have been sung of by the Vedic literature. And these things are not impractical. They have been clearly depicted even by the Leelas of our Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. It comes in the Vedas. राधा पूर्ण शक्ति कृष्ण पूर्ण शक्तिमान दुई वस्तु भेद नाही शास्त्रेर प्रमाण. Radha पूर्ण शक्ति, Krishna पूर्ण शक्तिमान. That Shaktiman is Krishna, but who is the Shakti? It is Radharani. So can Shaktiman ever be completed without his Shakti? No. And that is why we can see that in every temple wherein Krishna is standing in his Tribhang Roop, he is always associated with his Shakti, Srimati Radharani. So, when that Supreme Personality depicts with his personal example that he requires his Shakti, his female counterpart, to be there at all times, when he requires motherly love, he takes shelter of Mother Yashoda, of Devaki Maya, then don't you think that the same quality will be imbibed in us, who are none other than the very children of that Supreme Lord? Because in the Bhagavad Gita, he says that he is our Supreme Father, and we, being his children, must always try to walk on the path that he has shown to us. Krishna showed us what is the real meaning of respect. In the Ukhal Bandhan Leela, he was bound by the loving robes of Mother Yashoda. And when he was about to kill Kansa, he dragged him in the very same manner in which Kansa dragged his mother Devaki, pulling her away from the chariot. Krishna remembers. Krishna remembered that Kansa, you dragged and pulled the hair of my mother in the exact same way. And this is one of the reasons why tolerance is very important. Because Krishna is taking note of each and every action that we are performing. And if we are tolerant enough, then Krishna will come personally and will protect us as he did for his father Vasudev and dear mother Devaki. So this was spiritual aspect. Even concerning the material aspect, we have the concept of Purush and Prakriti. Our Supreme Lord is known as Purush, and all the other Shaktis, all the other potencies are called Prakriti. Even we, as human beings, fall into the category of Prakriti, and by the inherent nature, Prakriti means female. And talking about females, there is a beautiful yet strong verse in our Vedic literature which is something like this. Yatra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devataha yatraitastu na pujyante sarvastatra falaha kriyaha. The divine are extremely happy where women are respected. Where they are not, all actions are fruitless. So, where does the real problem lie? Well, the real problem is lying in our very mentality as a society. What collective conscience we have towards a woman is what impacts our actions towards them. Although we do have affirmative action which is there for upliftment of women, imbibed in our constitution in the form of reservation, or be it in the form of criminal laws such as provisions against acid attack. We have very strong rape laws, and in the present case, we have Section 354 of the Indian Penal Code outraging the modesty of women. And we also have Section 354B, assault on women with intention to disrobe her, with intention to take off her clothes. And the recent incident has taken place in full public, wherein two women were completely stripped naked and they were made to walk around the entire place, being so humiliated. In the end, I would just like to say that when even gods are not complete without their female counterparts, be it Krishna without Srimati Radharani, or be it Shiva without Srimati Parvati, then how can we expect to live a prosperous life if we do not worship or at least respect women in general? How can we expect to live a satisfied and happy life if we are not making our surrounding women happy? And let us not forget that when Draupadi was being disrobed, in the full assembly of righteous men sitting in front of her, be it Raja Dhritarashtra, Dronacharya, Bhishma Pitamaha, or even her own husbands, the Pandavas, none of them came forward to save her. It was only Krishna who came, only when she realized that there was no other person in this entire universe who can come and protect her except Krishna. And she raised both her arms and called out to Krishna while flowing the tears of love and helplessness, that only Krishna can come and save me. It was only at that moment that Krishna appeared in the form of Vastra, in the form of endless long sari, to protect Draupadi's dignity in that court. So I believe it is high time that we all must take shelter of that Supreme, realizing that there is no other person, there is no other human being or any other entity in this entire universe who can come and save us, not only from these horrible incidents, but also from the pash of Maya Devi. Let us take shelter of that Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, who is our Suhrid, our well-wishing best friend, and then we will definitely become happy in our original Swarupa. Hare Krishna, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol.